Hello and welcome back to Out of Ore. So I revamped the entire wash plant system to run off this dual hopper over here. So this dual hopper now has, yep, I don't want to be looking back that way quite yet. I want this to be a surprise. So this dual hopper is going to run out this way a ways. We can just sprint over here. For now, it's going to run down the middle of this section. Later on, it's going to run down the edge over here, and then we'll connect back and forth one way or the other depending on which way we're going. So we'll have a set of cable or conveyors going this way or coming from that way, and then we'll also have a set of conveyors coming from that side over there, coming up the side of this hill when we make it to on this side. So we're going to cut this way, and then when we go to cut back, we're going to have the conveyors come across the top up here so that we can dig this part down here and then have the conveyors run behind the machine along this run right here, because it's going to be right in here. So the other thing too is I said that I wasn't going to be putting wood planks out here anymore. I tried that, and as soon as I went off the edge, I dug this hole. So I guess I have to have wood planks out there to run the tracks on. Unfortunately, because I would like to get away from that. It'd be a whole lot easier if we didn't have to do this. But now we're going to look at the wash plant. And we're going to kind of just look down this way for a minute until we get to the concrete. Yep, that's the loader. Alright, so I have 4 different power areas set up. And as you can see, all the windmills are up here. Those are the 4 power areas. The 3 bank together, the 3 bank together, and the single by itself. And it's running this monstrosity. So it is a double plant. Everything is identical on both sides. We have the hopper gets dumped in. I had to keep these separate, so I had to have that one drop in to a chute, or else this power was too much, because as it is right now, it's 3462. It was over 6,000. And then I also took out this part of the wash plant and put it on its own separate power plant also, because it's 1220 running out that way. Okay, so it comes in here, it goes into the shaker deck. The shaker deck spits everything out the backside over here and goes and gets dumped into the wash plant, except for blasted rock. Blasted rock comes through the jaw crusher, goes through the cone crusher, comes forward, goes through the coal screen, because it also brings coal through. The coal screen goes out and gets dropped over here into this cell point. And then all of the gravels, crushed rock, so the shaker screen puts coal, solid rock, blasted rock, crushed rock forward. These things turn it all into gravel. So the coal comes out here. We go forward a little bit further, and then we get into the froth floater, which we have its own water supply. I'll show you underneath how we did that. It comes down here. The tailings come out the back on the bottom and go to the cell point. The gold, silver, copper, whatever else comes out after the rocks comes over here and gets dropped through this chute onto gotta jump over it here, on this chute over onto this belt here, which comes from here. So the shaker sends everything over here, comes through here, goes through the wash plant, gets to the trommel, all the dirt gets kicked out, goes to the cell point. By the way, like I said, this is identical on the other side. Comes forward, goes through the high temp smelter, so if we have any iron coming in, it's going to go through there and get turned into steel. Comes to the regular smelter, through the bar roller. Then we have 3 storages over here. We have this one, and this one. The first 2 are set on pass through. The last one is not, so it'll get all collected here before it starts filling up over here. And like I said, exact total duplicate, except for maybe placement of said parts. But I still need to finish putting concrete in over there too. So I'm going to come over here. We're going to turn everything on, which is quite fun. So this one turns on the wash plant. This one turns on the rest of the plant, including the water. which we do have water. Oh yeah, I said I was going to show that to you. So the water got piped for, this is the froth floater here, gets piped over to here and down. And then if I break this wall out, you can see that both pumps come up separately for each system and it's the same way in the other one over there, to feed water in. I know that using filtered water probably does help a little bit. I don't know how much, and that's the reason why I didn't put a refinery down there, because that and it just wouldn't look good up there, I don't think. Alright, so this side is running, this side is not. We will get this turned on now. I have not tested it yet, but there's a little tiny bit of pay dirt that I did just a few minutes ago. So we should have material coming through here any second now. And there it comes. Like I said, not much. I only did just a tiny bit. I wanted to do a test run. Alright, so it goes into the hopper. Actually, I don't know if it's pay dirt or not. Let's see. Yep, pay dirt going forward. There's a little bit of other stuff going forward. Coal going across the top over there and getting dumped into the cell point. So we should be able to run down here to the end and have stuff in here. There we go. Gold, diamond, ruby, silicone. Come over here on this side. Same thing. Gold, diamond, ruby, silicone. And the reason why I changed the plant up, I haven't got to that far yet, is because I was digging along over here last night or the night before, and boom, solid rock already. As you can see, blasted rock in the bottom right corner there. I can show you here even better. So I just figured it was best just to go ahead and change the wash plant and get it set up now, ready to go. So this should, if everything works properly, if I move forward a block, I have to move the wash plant for the thing here. So unfortunately, I'm going to have a stack of pipes, or what do you call them? 8-foot conveyors. So let's go into conveyors, scroll down to the bottom. We'll put this dual hopper back in here, and we'll just get like, I don't know, 10 of them for now. Should be fine. So we'll go like this, we'll go bang, and bang, and then this. Of course, we have to jump to the right spot. And those are all moving. Yep, okay. So now we can start digging. And if everything is proper, it should. Yeah, it's going into the hopper, okay. I know it looks like it's going out, but it actually is going in. And we can just dig along here. Nice little cut. As you all know, I like this cut the best, or the camera view. So this is only going to go about, I don't know, a quarter on, maybe half. You're going to have like a bucket full and maybe a little bit more when we get to the full cut over there. But the reason why is because, like when I said, when we come back to the left, we kind of have to have it that way. At least till we get down to just making one single cut. Once we're doing one single cut, it won't matter. We can go 2 blocks forward on the right cuts, 1 block forward on the left cuts. But once we get up to the very front, I can really show you what I mean. For those that are new, the other guys have seen this before, but you know, it's pertinent information for people to realize and understand that there are limits to every piece of equipment in the game. And because that bucket sticks out as far as it does, that's a big limit for a left-hand cut. So once we about get to that blasted rock there, or solid rock, I can show you, because that'll be just about forward. Yeah. I do like this machine a lot. I know I should be doing the loader more, and I will be doing some loader work too. I'm gonna set up a loader hopper feeder that goes into one of the chutes on a separate power. Alright, so if we look right here, let's just go ahead and jump out. You can see that when we go up, that's going to be really close to hitting, and that's the reason why we have to do a one block. So yeah, I was planning on talking about that too, but I forgot. I got this all filled in over here. What I'm going to end up doing is running a hopper that comes and just has a chute that comes in and dumps into this hopper system right here, so that we can dig all this out too. Because I do plan, like I said, making this all flat, and maybe might even put like a concrete block setup up here so that we have like a parking structure. Because then we can take and make a road. It's going to be difficult because of how steep it is, but we can make a road going out this way. And I believe if I go over here, I don't know, I'll probably have to cut through the hill to do it, but because this thing's going to cut out too far, I think, now that I changed baggers. I was thinking about coming this direction with it, but I think that'll be into our, yeah, that'll be too far. Yeah, I'll have to go a different direction, but that's okay. We can make that happen later on. I said I do plan on making a road go through, so we can go back and forth between the other plant and this one if we want to. I mean, this one will obviously do more materials, but if we want to go back and do just blasted rock, for instance, with the loader, we can take it over there and do that. So tell me what you guys think about the wash plant. It was very difficult at first because I was misunderstanding how someone was talking about putting in power, and it went over the 5400 allotted, so I couldn't do that anymore. I may have to switch it up and do the hopper system for this bagger by itself too. I'm not quite sure yet. And just have everything used to chutes to dump onto the hoppers over there. Hopefully I don't have to, but if I do, it's okay too. Especially now that I know how to kind of separate things here, a little here, a little there. All that material just getting sucked in. I did a cut last night. It was probably a block and a half, almost 2 blocks. And of course, as you can see, I had to go fully to the top, which is like 1750 on the centimeter scale for the GPS from 0. And then I had to wait an hour because there was a million units inside the hopper. So it ran through like 400. I only had the single plant running too, though. So it ran through like 400,000 units while I was processing or cutting it out. And then it ran, like I said, almost an hour to finish off the other 1 million units that were left in there. And just to show, I actually used part of this on a different, we have 34 million in the bank. I was teamed up with one of the subscribers to start a multiplayer, messing around. We might stream it later on, but right now it's just checking things out. And that's actually how I got the idea for this plant, to make it work, because we have a bagger over there too. Not this big one though. We got the 693, I think it was. And look how I put the GPS in there. It's so cool, I like it. He's actually looking forward. So yeah, I mean, if I could have went a little bit further forward, I think, but it's okay. We'll just go a little bit further forward on the next one, because I have a little bit left on that block, and then we can just add a little bit more on the next one. But this ends up being 4 cuts across right here currently, because of how tall it is. But we're getting ready to start going back down the back hillside, so there won't be much more of that. I forgot. I gotta turn this thing on too. I don't know. Can somebody tell me if the hydrostatic high and low variety is only for the tracks moving forward or if it helps with the wheel too? Because I really can't tell the difference. Like, there's the high version. If we go to this, it seems like it's going the same speed. Go back to high. Yeah, I think it's going the same speed. I need to move my fuel tanker over here too, or get a new one, and then get a fuel truck, because there's no way I want to track this back and forth to a fuel rig. Which is also another reason why I want to have a road, so I can kind of drive around both sides to be able to come fill this thing up when needed. I got all these thoughts and ideas running around in my head that I'm trying not to let out yet. I'm not very good with the dozer, and I'm not very good with the excavator. But what I might do is one of these days have Theo come on and help me with the excavator. He's pretty good with it. And then do some videos of that. Let's head back the other way now. So yeah, this thing will go up to like 1750. It's crazy. But it's not tall enough to make a tunnel for this to go through like a hill. So you have to take the top off before you can start going down. That's something else we could do. Once we get down a ways, we could start doing some tunneling. Maybe that's how I'll make my roadway. Do it through a tunnel. Alright, raise us up to about 1200 here. Make our right hand cut. I'm kind of wondering how much is going to be in that hopper when we get done with having a dual run going. Because like I said, I did a single cut. I did do a double thickness cut. It was probably 2 blocks. But that was just so much material in there. So I sat around and watched YouTube videos while it finished. Split in Two's got a really good series going for Out of Ore. He's doing a pit mine with he has a beggar going too, but it's a multiplayer, and he's probably got like a full crew, 16 guys I think going through it. So I'm hoping that this will still make it to that next little run up there. I don't want to have to put in any ramps up to get the rest of that. I think it will. It's really hard to say. I know going down it won't be a problem. Looks like we're going to get to a pretty flat spot down there too. That could be an issue. Like, we don't have... This would be really great for like the top of quarry, where you could just kind of work your way around and just keep going. But at some point I'm going to run into the fact that we have to start going up again to be able to cut the top of that one off, or turn around and slowly lose ground back and forth, because as we go it's going to be like a V shape coming in, if that makes sense. I hope it does. Yeah, this is kind of a thin cut on the top one. I'm going to go deeper on the next one for sure. But it looks like it's running pretty good. Yeah, that looks pretty good. We'll start going back to the left now. Raise it up most of the way. We're not going to get a whole lot in right this part. Yeah, see, we're already running through, so it's actually working out perfect right now. As you can see, it's flashing on the conveyors there. So it's running out, coming back, running out, coming back. Good. That means the system's working proper, and with this deep of a cut, it's working well. I'm going to have to go up a little bit more here in a second. Make sure we get the top of that little cut over there. I was worried about it not being able to handle it, but it looks like it's going to, so that's good. So what I'm going to do here too is I'm going to keep it up high. That's the max right there. And make the right cut. So yeah, I'm going to have a little spot back in the back corner over there, I think, of that hilltop that I'm not going to be able to get to. Because even right here, it's close. So I may have to do some, I don't know, maybe just blast it down the rest of it when it's all said and done, so we can get it on the next run. But it's only going to be a little bit, so that's fine. Maybe just toss a couple pieces of anvil on it, or Dramite on it. Alright, so once I get far enough to turn left, I'm just going to move forward. In fact, let's go ahead and put the blocks down now. So we want to be there, there, there. I really don't like putting these out here, but, I mean, you got to do what you got to do, right? Yeah, I'm going to have to turn this more. That should work. Alright, leave it up high and we'll just cut across. Then we'll come back a little bit lower. Do one more cut probably, and then check to see how much money we made. Because this is a lot of pay dirt. And Theo, if you get a chance to watch this week, tell me what you think, because this is what we're going to set up over there, I think. Oh, yep. Just going to miss cutting the top part of that a little bit off. That kind of, I mean, I might get it on the next run. Let's see. But unfortunately, that's as high as I can go. I did think about buying the big bagger, but if I do that, then I have to move everything over on the cut or the plant, one of the two, because it sticks out another 10 blocks on both sides, 10-ish. This is 48 or 49 wide, and the other one's I think 68. So yeah, another 10 blocks on both sides. That's a lot of material. I just think it's too much for the current configuration of processing ability. Like, they need to come out with a DLC or an upgrade or an update that has a higher concentration for processing. Because I mean, this is nice, but like I said, it took me an hour to do 1,000,000 units, and if I was doing a deep cut on this, that's about how long it's going to take to finish it off. Alright, we're going to take this about here, I think. A little bit lower, maybe. We're going to go there, and then start working our way back to the left. Keep this. What I'm trying to do is, if you see the little notch right there, I'm trying to keep that right at the cut level of the bottom of the wheel, which makes it where it runs pretty smooth for me. I don't get jammed up too much when I get back to the middle. And I do realize that that little bit of solid rock down there is going to take a while to get to, but at some point that's what we're going to be into, is a lot of that. But with the double hopper system, it should be able to run through it pretty good. I mean, it's on 10-speed conveyors, or 10x inputs for the power, so everything should run pretty smooth. I hope. We'll see. So this one's going to be right one more, and then left one more, and then we'll go check to see what we got. I know that this is going really slow. Let me know if you guys like watching this, or if you'd rather have me do a jump cut and keep the videos a little bit shorter. Because, I mean, we still got probably, I don't know, 5 to 8 minutes of cutting. Since I spent 10 on the, yeah, probably like 5 to 8 minutes of cutting. Probably like 2 to 3 minutes per cut, back and forth. I've seen a lot of new subscribers lately. I appreciate it. Thank you. It's really helping out the channel a lot. We're up to 178, I think, right now when I'm recording this. I can tell you here in 1 second. Yeah, 178, which is awesome, since 2 months ago tomorrow this channel had 19 subscribers. So yeah, I do appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate all the comments and likes on the videos. It really helps get it out there to other people. So thank you. I don't mind asking for likes, but like all the YouTubers and stuff that ask you to sub and like and click that notification bell, I don't know, that's too much to me. I mean, if you're gonna watch, you're gonna watch. If you're gonna sub, you're gonna sub. You know, yes, it helps out the channel. Yes, it makes it where it's faster for me to get to the monetization zone. But I'm really not doing that for that. I mean, I have a nice, good paying job already. So this is just for fun. I like doing it. As long as nothing weird comes up in my life, we're good. I'm going to try to put out more videos the next week or so, because next month I may be a little shy on them. I'm actually covering someone who's going to, well, I don't want to tell where he's going. He's going on a vacation, him and his girlfriend, for the entire month of January, so I'm covering him at work. So yeah, I'll be putting a lot of hours into work now. And because of that, I may have, I don't know, I'm still going to try to get out at least a video every other day for this series and for Gold Mining Simulator during that time. I may have to do them a couple days in advance, just so that if I'm tired from work, that I don't have to worry about making a video that night. Autosave, stop cutting. Alright, now we can continue. So I think it's going to be closer to 10 minutes because it's taken... No, I'm going to stick with my 5 to 8 because we were about mid-range when I said that, and it's been like 4.5 minutes. So yeah, should be fine. Get this swung to the right, get it down one more level. Yeah, the cut that I was doing, the dirt level, was about the middle of that spindle right there. So about, you know, half the wheel was cutting into dirt. If we look back over here, we still got material running, yep. So we're doing a good cut. We do have to keep an eye on the hopper though, because if we get too far forward, then we're just wasting material. I did that a couple times yesterday, or the day before when I was cutting. I just got tired of jumping back and forth between here and the old plant to wash the material, so I decided to set this up. Even though I'm not quite ready for how I want to do it, but this will work. Like, we're going to be going down 5 blocks the next time. So I'll be able to connect to those walls over there somehow. Maybe I may hand dig it back, or maybe come in here with the loader and cut it back with the loader so that I can put in some concrete blocks to attach to. I'll have to wait and see. I'm not sure yet. Alright, go ahead and bring this down to 0. And start working our way back. .1 centimeter, close enough. So it's about 4 minutes a cut, not 2 or 3. Because it just took 2 minutes to finish from the middle over to there. But if the plant is working properly, it'll be just about finished by the time we get done with this cut. I'll just have to run a little bit through the hopper. Hopefully it's not too much. I didn't go too deep of a cut. I do plan on, though, when we're doing single cuts, of going 2 blocks when we're cutting left to right and 1 block when we're cutting right to left. So we're probably going to overload the hopper at some point. And also, I think I'm going to leave up the ones that are attached to the little wall that I plan on making over here. And so I can just switch out, like make it a left turn and a right turn, switch out, and then have half of it coming from this direction, and then half of it coming from the other direction, depending on which way we're going. It'll make more sense when I actually start putting it in place. And I think I may have to have that on a separate power source, because each one of those 8-foot long conveyors is 42 power. And since we're going to have them going all the way across this thing, that's a lot. I know that a couple of them recently have been like an hour long, but I try to keep my videos 30 to 45 minutes. And as you all know, I really don't like, I can't even think of the word now, time lapse. I have like 2 options. I can either jump cut or just cut it off and say, okay, we're finished here, which I don't like, kind of ending in a weird spot. So sometimes you'll see, you've seen me do it. I'll pause the video and get something done and then come back and say, okay, this is where we're at. Like when material's taking forever to process or something. So once we get done with this cut, I'm going to actually back this thing up just a little bit, put in the blocks for the next cut, and then we're going to go check to see where we're at material-wise. I'm hoping that, like I said, with the new setup, it's going to work faster, and we're not having to wait around for half hour, 45 minutes, or an hour for stuff to get done. Alright, so about there is 90 degrees. I'm going to go a little past that, turn this thing off, back it up just a tiny bit, go ahead and hop out, check to see how much material we have in here. Yeah, only 83,000. That'll take like 3 or 4 minutes. Not too bad. This is getting off track too, as you can see. I need to move this over to the right a little bit. Alright, let's hop in here. We're just going to swing this way like this, move it forward, swing back. Let's see how close that is. Should be pretty close. Yeah, there we go. Just need to actually straighten it because it's not quite straight. So if I look from this angle, let's change camera views. There we go. That looks about right, correct there. Yeah, there we go. And then this will be ready for the next cut. And this should be just about done by the time we run the system. Like I said, I did do the test to make sure that nothing was messed up and falling into weird spots. Like this is falling onto the conveyor properly, going through that hopper. We should have a ton of diamonds done and rubies done too. As you see, I put concrete floors here instead of concrete blocks, so it's not clipping through. I did the same thing over here. Keep things nice and good looking. Oh, we're running out. Is that it? No, here it comes. Okay. So that's a little bit of blasted rock that came through. Packages going through there. Gold. We got gold coming through. Lots of gold coming through. That's good. That means this thing's going to be really full. Just waiting for it to finish. I don't see dirt on either one of these conveyors, and we'll see what we got. Oh yeah, I put these blocks out here to mark my spacing for where dead center was. Every 10 blocks it was marked. I did the same thing over on the sides too. Well, that side. I didn't do it on that side because I had stuff over there, so just so I could know kind of where I was at. Trying to get this as center as possible. And as you can see, we've also made a ton of money from coal and dirt sales and tailings. We were at like 3.8 million, 3.7 million when we started today. Oh, looks like it's running out. Oh, we got a little bit more coming through. A little bit more coming through over there too. Alright, that side's done. That side's done. Alright, let's see what we got. Should be a lot. Alright, so if we pull out, let's see, we got a little bit of steel, silicone, lithium, silver, aluminum. So I'm going to leave all of that stuff in there. I'm going to take the gold, the rubies, diamonds out. Do the same thing here. Take the gold, oh yeah, the silver too. Rubies and diamonds out. Leave these in here for now. I forgot the silver on the other one. That's not much anyway, so that's fine. And then we can leave this running. It doesn't cost us anything. It's running off wind power. If we go down these stairs right here, we can check the rubies. We got 1,894 in that one, so every one of these is going to have about the same. I did run another section through there. Oops, wrong button. I forgot to get rid of all the extra stuff. Oh no, those are my conveyor belts. I need those actually. Alright, so this is going to be just about the same. Oh, we're going to have so much to sell. Watch the dollar figure go up now. I mean, it took me about 2 hours to make this plant. Maybe 3. It was a while. Only because I was running into issues with power. Holy smokes, that's a lot of diamonds too. Alright, then we're going to go over here. And we're going to dump diamonds in here. Rubies in here. As you can see, we have a ton of them. We're going to need this. I don't need this here. We're going to want these later on, so I'm going to keep those. And I don't need the unfiltered water. So we're going to sell everything right here. So let's go to the sell. This thing doesn't really count, $17.50. The water really doesn't count, $168. Let's go ahead and sell the silver first. And I don't know which one's going to be more, diamonds or rubies. $9.52. 1.4, 1.4, 1.4, 1.6, 1.7. So that means that rubies sell for more than diamonds do. Here's the big one. 1.8 in diamonds, 1.9 in rubies. For a grand total, we made $12 million in 30-ish minutes. Go, Viagra power. And then if we come over here, I have coal, silicone, stuff like that over here. I can move that other stuff over here. I can put these in here. I don't really need those right now. I put all my concrete over here too. We won't need the big hoppers anymore for right now either. I might need them later on for putting in a loader section. Because like I said, I do plan on... Let's just go over here real quick and do this. I want to concrete this out a little bit. And then put like a hopper somewhere right in here. I'm not sure which angle we're going to put on it. Probably put it right here, because I think it goes right to left. No, it goes right to left. So I'm going to have to put it over here, and then it'll just basically make a instant 90-degree turn going that way, and then use like a chute system like we have on these right here, where it just dumps into the hopper that way. So that's the idea for that. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you guys liked it. If you do, click that like button. It really does help out the channel a lot. It gets it out to more viewers. If you have any tips, tricks, questions, comments, concerns, let me know down below in the comment section, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for stopping by, and have a good day.